that you improve your practice.
Yes, we will see what happens.
Just clear up your mind.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about the IELTS writing module. In IELTS writing module, there are two tasks. Task 1 is based on report writing and task 2 is based on essay writing. Task 1, you have to write 150 words to 170 words on a report, while task 2 is based on essay writing. Now, there are 4 types of essays in IELTS writing task 2. Essay number 1,
Advantages and disadvantages.
advantages and disadvantages. Essay number 2, what's it? Essay number 2,
So the essay number 2 is
problem and solution. Today we are going to talk about essay number 3. Third essay is agree, disagree. This essay is also called argumentative because we have to provide some argument. Don't write, please. Don't write anything. Books are full of, libraries are full of books, offices, homes, everywhere are books available. But lack of concept. You can take the concept and then you can write. Got it?
Sure, sir.
So, today we will be talking about the agree, disagree. In my point of view, the government should construct some railway lines in all over the city. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree?
Sir, I disagree with that.
You disagree. You agree. Why you agree?
Because it will be a public transport and it will help the people to travel.
He is agree on behalf of this type of transport that will help the citizens. This is reason 1. For example,
For example, the metro.
hmm,
It's a public
for example, a person is traveling from one place to another place within the city using its own transport will take a lot of time. If there is a specific railway line out of that roads in the city, so a person will reach to its place just in minutes or just in seconds. So it is very useful. Why you disagree?
Sir, I disagree because it would be costly, it would take much time, and there will be a lack of trans as well.
Okay, fine. For example,
Sir, if the first train would be gone on the 8 a.m. So after that the second train would go at 9 or 9.
okay, this means that it will take a lot of time when people are waiting for that.
Exactly.
Anyhow, this was your view. Agree, disagree is based on this type of view. Criminals should be put in jail. Or you agree or disagree.
I agree.
Criminals should be put in jail. But we have certain discussion in that we should not put the criminals into jail. Because they will learn more crimes. And they will started revenge from the people. So there are certain reasons. Now today we will be talking about the agree, disagree. The structure of this essay is based on 4 paragraphs. Paragraph number 1st. Paragraph number 1st is all about the introduction. In the introduction, you will provide some background to that statement that criminal should be put in jail. So, what is crime? What is criminal? What is jail? Why we put them in jail? So, you will provide the background knowledge of the crime and criminal. You will also provide the details to the background. Why the people become criminals? You can also provide knowledge. You can also provide some references in this statement, background statement and details to background. After the completion of the background and details to the background statement, you will provide the thesis. You have explained here. Nowadays, people in the society is addicted to illegal things. Among them, some of the people become drug addicts, while some of them are doing the street crimes. This is just because of the main reason, which is known as poverty. Less finance. They are unable to support their families. Apart from that, when they conduct some kind of crimes, The authorities, the high authorities are following them and they caught them for the sake of to put them in jail. While it has some other drawbacks also. They can take revenge from the other people also. I strongly agree with the statement that criminal should be put in jail. And in this essay, I will support my arguments, like why I am in favor of to put the criminals in jail. Why? So for this purpose, I will support my arguments with examples. Like why I agree the criminals should be put in jail. I must have some reasons and also examples. So this is the paragraph number 1. You provide the background statement, details to the background, and also you provide the thesis. Got it? What kind of approach you will use for writing introduction? You will use this type of approach. From broad to narrow. Broad to narrow. You will elaborate first and then you will slowly and gradually come to the point. In this essay, I strongly agree with the statement that criminals should be put in jail. And in this essay, I will support my arguments with examples. That's it. The examiner is interested in the thesis, more in the body. Got it? Now, how should I write my body? Paragraph number 2. First reason, agree or disagree. I have already talked about in the thesis that I agree that criminals should be put in jail. My first reason. Looking into the first reason is that criminals should be not considered the part of society. They should be put in jail for the sake of some time. They should live apart from their society to think about what they have done and what they are doing. Thus, they can realize of their crimes, which is not valid and good for the society. After being put in jail, they can realize that I am doing the very bad things in the society. For example, a person is involved in the street crimes can easily get benefits from the people in the jail, that they have a very big crimes. So they can get the opportunity to mold himself or herself. This was the second para. Turning to the other side of the argument, or in addition to, there is another reason I agree, which is based on that criminal should seek some time to avoid all those illegal things in the society. And the criminal should think about their crimes in the jail. And you provide other example. This was the end of the paragraph 3. Now we are moving to part 4, paragraph number 4. You have explained each and everything in the thesis and then the details that you provided. Now, paragraph number 4 is all about the conclusion. How would you write the conclusion? You can summarize or rewrite paragraph number 2 and paragraph number 3. You will have just pinpoint in very brief. You can produce here the compound sentence or complex sentence. You can provide the compound sentence. Why? Because you have to compound two thoughts. Here you have used in very simplest language. You can rewrite body 1 and body 2 and body 3, body 2 and body 3 in your own words. But those words should not be the part of these paragraphs. It should be paraphrased form. Then you will provide the personal opinion in the conclusion. Your personal opinion, and this statement is very important on behalf of grading, even the examiner. So here, how would you write the personal opinion? So if you agree in the start, in the thesis statement, so you will write here, agree personal statement. Personally, I think I am in favor of this idea that criminals should be put in jail for the sake of their benefits which they are doing in the society. If you disagree from the start in the thesis, so you will write disagree personal opinion. For example, in my view, I am completely against of this idea that criminals should be put in jail. Got it? Any question?
Sir, in the personal, opinion,
Mm-hmm.
we would use this synonyms.
No, personal opinion is on your language, that is on your behalf. Any type of language which is correct language you can use in the personal opinion.
And sir,
We are not delimited to any type of language that is mandatory and replicated in your mind.
And sir, if the words are, if the words we pick from the paragraph number second and the third, so is it okay that we write those words in the
Yes, you can write, look at the words. You know, you have your own understanding of words in English. If the word has been used here in paragraph third, in paragraph second, and there is no availability, no chances of another synonyms, so you can use it even in personal opinion. But it should be different. We are always focusing on the rewrite and
The
replace.
words should be not
So this
repeated.
means that the word should not be repeated. Yes, we do have certain words we can repeat it. If in case of, if there is no word or synonym we can use. So you are requested to use the different words and even the synonyms.
And sir, would we write the paragraph shortly or briefly?
No, if you write the paragraph so you can count it, how many words you develop. You will have practice in, the mock test also. When you give us the mock test, so we believe that we can make you a very strong writer, especially ASEAN writing.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Now agree and disagree. I completely agree with this point of view. You can see on the page number 31. And in which book we are studying right now?
IELTS Advantage book.
IELTS
Advantage.
Advantage. IELTS Writing Advantage book. You must remember the name of, writing. So here these are the very important discussion of the conclusion here. Choose one of the opinions from the discussion form on the opposite page and rewrite the two sentences whether you agree or disagree. When you find it your own words, you can use the expression like this. If you agree in the thesis statement, you can write this. In my view, I am completely against of this idea. If you are disagree, and if you agree, for example, another topic, you can take a very good example of cheating. That cheating should be allowed in the exam. So you have developed that I completely disagree with this idea that cheating should be allowed in the exam, and I will provide the details and references example in this essay. So you will explain reason 1 and reason 2 over here. The student need a lot of grades, and some of the student get grade while some of the student does not get the grade. So it can create a lot of problem. For example, a student can get suicide and there are a lot of statistics. Students often get in touch with suicide and some other issues just because of their grades. That is why I am saying that cheating should be allowed in the exam. Second reason, the parents are also unable to provide good education to their children because of the marking level. And everybody has a kind of the racism in that and the class distinction. Just because of that, the parents just drag out their children from the school and they become uneducated. So, here, in personal opinion, personally, I think I am in favor of this idea that cheating should be allowed in the exam. That's it. Let's go back to the one of the the model answer. You can see, you can look to it, and then we will discuss it. These days, let's read the option here, the question. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task, right, about the following topic. Prison is the best punishment for criminals. Jail is the best place for criminals. Discuss. Now, give reason for your answer and include a relevant example from your own knowledge and experience. You can write now 250 to 270 words. The essay below was written to answer above questions. Skim, read it and complete the table with the main points and the write back about the topic. So, opinion and argument. Now, let's read the essay. This essay includes 294 words and you require only 250 words. Got it? You will skip some of the statement here. These days, look broad. They started from the very broad. These days, every time you turn on the television or flick through the pages of newspaper, you learn about the victims of crimes. Broad to narrow. They are trying to make it narrow. But what is the most effective method of dealing with the rising crime rate in our society? So, some people believe the best way to punish criminal is sentence them to time in prison. I completely disagree with this idea, and in this essay I will support my opinion with examples. In this essay, the person is disagreeing that criminals should be put in jail. We don't know why he is disagreeing, but he is disagreeing that criminals should not be put in jail. Now, in paragraph number 2, firstly, you will also write like this. Firstly, life in jail is far too comfortable for the prisoners. The writer says that jail is good place for a prisoner. Why? For example, they provide the example here. For example, many inmates have access to luxuries such as television, computers, and sport facilities, and so on. When the criminals put in jail, the criminals have this type of facility. They can use computer, they can use sport facilities, exercise, gym, and some other facilities. Also watching television. This is a kind of facility for them. In other words, spending time behind bar is more like being in a holiday camp. And the criminals is just like, in a camp, enjoying the holidays. Because they never work there and they are eating and drinking. Now, if prison is going to act like as a deterrent, then I believe it needs to considerably tougher. So it might be very tough, the prison. Another reason why I disagree with the prison as a punishment is that large number of prisoners are not actually a danger to society. So, take shoplifters as an example. They are often locked up in the same cells as murderers. Sometime in the jail, we have very short time of crime, like very, not that serious criminals. Like they are, snatching the bikes or phones from someone. That's not a big crime. But we put that criminal with the murderers, those who kill human beings. So they started learning from that also. And they can behave when they come out more dangerous than that person who has killed. So, on the other hand, there is another argument prison can help to rehabilitate. Okay. In conclusion, these paragraphs are not the part of it because the word level is very high. You have to write only 240, 250 and 260 words. So, coming back to the conclusion. In conclusion, although it is a common belief that prison is the best way to punish criminals, commonly people say that if we came across some criminals, so we think that we should put it in jail. But I believe it's too soft and it is not necessary in the majority of the cases. Majority of the cases are not good. So, personally, he or she is providing personal opinion. Personally, I think prison should be the last option when all else has failed. Got it? So, this is all about the agree-disagree essay. You can take the example of eating junk food is not good for health. Agree or disagree. You can write an essay as a homework on cheating. Cheating should be allowed in exam or not? Cheating should be allowed in the exam. Discuss this question. Do you agree or disagree? This is your next homework.
I think this topic would be much
Yeah,
easier
exactly,
for
yes.
others.
So, anything else you want to ask?
For my mainly question is that the book we are studying, their pattern is a bit of different.
Yeah, exactly.
than ours.
This book is a bit old and the current updates are different.
Yes, sir.
The current is very simple, it's not difficult.
Because I was writing an essay last night. So as compared to the book series, it was way much
Yeah,
harder.
exactly. Yes, yes. That I was telling you before.